Hello cohort and Mary, thank you for taking the time to review our presentation. This presentation is brought to you by Team 3, which includes Harleen, Inga, Brady, and Jay. The headline, Shopify expands retail presence as a company fights for the heart and soul of commerce, caught Team 3's attention. Hence, this presentation will give you an overview of Shopify and discusses the company's operation strategy in relation to its planned expansion. We will also analyze how Shopify's news headline will impact future operations and conclude with our assumption of how successful Shopify will be in the future if they follow through on its retail expansion plans. In order to follow this discussion and presentation, please pause the presentation right here and read the article using the link provided on the slide. Let's begin with an overview of the company. Shopify Inc. was founded in 2004 by current CEO Tobias Lütke, Daniel Weinert, and Scott Lake in Ottawa. Shopify's cloud-based multi-channel e-commerce platform has been established as one of the leading products within the merchant retail solution industry. Shopify operates a cloud-based commerce platform designed for small and medium-sized businesses. Its software is used by merchants to run businesses across all sales channels, including web, tablet, and mobile storefronts, social media storefronts, and brick-and-mortar and pop-up shops. The company's platform provides merchants with a single view of their business and customers across all of their sales channels and enables them to manage products and inventory, process orders and payments, ship orders, build customer relationships, source products, leverage analytics and reporting, and access financing, all from one integrated back office. It focuses on merchant and subscription solutions. Its predominant target customers are small to medium-sized businesses and entrepreneurs. However, the company can scale to meet the needs of large merchants as well. The company has locations in 4 Canadian cities, including Ottawa, Toronto, Kitchener, and Montreal. It also has recently opened a retail store in LA. As of December 2018, Shopify is employing more than 4,000 employees and contractors worldwide. The company has approximately 820,000 merchants from around 175 countries subscribing to its platform. As shown on the graph, 55% of its subscribers are from the United States, 8% from England, 7% from Canada and Australia, and other countries make up the last 23% of its subscribers base.
The purpose of this presentation is to analyze Shopify's operation strategy. We begin to dissect it by looking at Shopify's IPO, short for Input Process Output Transformation Model. An IPO transformation model illustrates how input activities are transformed by adding value to them and providing outputs for customers. This framework relates the operations functions more closely to what the market requires, therefore comprehending how the different operation tasks link together. A further component of the model is shown in the slide is the feedback loop. Feedback information is used to control operation systems by adjusting the inputs and transformation processes that are used to achieve desired outputs. The following 3 slides will look at Shopify's IPO model and detail a continuous loop between the 3 in terms of feedback and control. Inputs such as Shopify's products, labor force, facilities, computer systems, servers, financing activities, various inventory, time, R&D, and customers are transformed by the company's operations to produce the services that become the company's outputs. A process is a sequence of operations such as marketing, sales, customer satisfaction analysis, continuous development of employees, work in progress, process design, planning and scheduling, and system improvements that ensure the desired outputs are achieved. Additionally, measurements are taken at various points, which is the feedback, and then compared with previously established standards to determine whether the corrective action is needed, which is the control. All of the transformed inputs are processed into outputs, which consist of revenue, web and mobile-based e-commerce service solutions, customer referrals, profit, customer service, and the customer satisfaction ratings for Shopify. Measurable information from the changes in outputs will be used to make changes in the inputs. For example, if customer service calls increase and customer satisfaction ratings decrease, Shopify can use that feedback to adjust its operation strategy in order to serve its customers better. Now that we have looked at Shopify's IPO processes, let's tie it into the news article, Shopify expands retail presence as the company fights for heart and soul of commerce. In this article, Simpson explains that Ian Black, the new director of retail, is leading Shopify to expand its services in the physical retail space, calling it Shopify Retail. The company has come out with a new tap and chip reader and has improved its POS and payment system with physical retail needs in mind. This move comes as the company recognizes that a segment of its customers are primarily physical retailers or digital brands moving into the brick and mortar space and have different needs than its online merchants. In addition to the new R&D center in Toronto, the company opened its own physical store location in LA last year to serve as a hub for its products and services, providing support and education for retailers on its platform. As an industry, the multi-channel commerce, including e-commerce, is an emerging industry that is rapidly evolving. Shopify continues to innovate its features and functionality as the digital landscape is becoming more interactive, thus continually striving to create a competitive edge both for itself and its merchants within the digital economy. Within the marketplace, there is a need for traditional brick and mortar retailers to join and keep pace with a dynamic digital environment, otherwise creating a missed opportunity. Shopify's operation strategy is driven by its company's mission to make commerce better for everyone. Bringing brick and mortar retailers an omni-channel experience for their retail needs is the business strategy Shopify is trying to employ. Shopify is expanding the range of solutions to meet the needs of the business strategy to serve merchants globally. With this business strategy, all operational inputs would increase in their management requirements. For example, the expansion in the retail environment would result in a larger workforce, increased focus on R&D, additional resources, and growing customer base, just to name a few. Therefore, this would impact the operations processes such as marketing and sales and result in new output figures.
A direct impact this expansion into the retail space has on Shopify's operations is the necessity to focus on product development in order to find the best solution this retail customer base requires. With this in mind, the company has opened an R&D facility to design and expand the Shopify ecosystem. Stevenson et al. Defines product design as the determination of form and function of a product. Further to that, an important cause of operation failure can be traced back to faulty design, whether it be not taking into account what customers are truly looking for, or releasing an incomplete product with less than satisfactory quality. The design of a company's product will determine whether it's the next Apple iPad or another failed HP touchpad. Which one of those did you want to own? Shopify's attempt to corner the brick-and-mortar market will rely heavily on their ability to release high-quality products that sufficiently scratch their customers' itch. By following the usual phases of product design, they should be able to maintain a steady course and continue to create retail-focused products and solutions. The first item in the product development cycle is outlining a scope. Shopify identified a gap within the market. Ian Black explained that Shopify's clients aren't necessarily thinking about selling to customers in one way. They need a multi-channel approach. With this expansion in the retail space, Shopify is looking to have all the pieces in place so that the retailers are able to operate in a variety of ways. By identifying that this ecosystem doesn't already exist, Shopify is positioning itself as a one-stop shop market leader. Shopify also has a business case for this expansion. Looking at the numbers, Shopify's merchant solutions grew over 67% year over year, including POS card readers and tap and chip readers. The revenue growth shows there is an increased demand for its omni-channel retail solutions. In order to effectively and continuously develop successful products, Shopify will need to utilize a number of different principles. Concurrent design, component commonality, proper material selection, and design for easy manufacturing and assembly will all need to be considered. The fourth phase in the product development cycle is testing and validation. To ensure a successful product lifecycle, Shopify will need to ensure that quality is the number one concern. Performing a failure mode and effects analysis will be crucial in anticipating possible negative outcomes and correcting them proactively. Testing and validating the products will help to ensure that they leave in a functional state. Additionally, Shopify will utilize the failure mode effects analysis, also known as FEMA, to begin the process of creating their next iteration. This example of a FEMA demonstrates how possible failure outcomes are weighed and analyzed. Based on the risk preference number, they are then put back into the design process to be dealt with on future iterations. The final step in the product development process is launch. This is the time for Shopify to send their product out into the world. Performing a new FEMA with every iteration will be crucial. As the product design progresses, more and more care is required to ensure that faulty versions don't make it to market. At this stage, operations management processes of marketing and sales will be influenced.
Project is a unique, large, one-time operation designed to accomplish a specific objective or deliverable in a limited time frame. Since Shopify's inception back in 2004, the company will have undertaken and completed countless projects as they've grown their business outside of its initial product offering. The addition of this new division would not have had a significant impact in the manner in which Shopify undertakes its projects, as the principles of project management apply from the smallest projects to the largest. As Shopify has grown its business strategy, its approach to project management should have stayed consistent, with a continued focus on the project management triangle requirements shown in the slide above. Those being timing and schedule, cost and budget, and quality and scope. Let's take project management a step further. Here we look at the 4 stages of project management and how Shopify needs to continuously work through them during the inception and implementation of a new division. Let's start with initiating. In this stage, Shopify would have to focus on what the company is trying to achieve and why. Is the idea even feasible, and will it work? Shopify's movement towards providing services to brick-and-mortar customers is the objective of this project. This leads to improved offerings such as the development of their tap and chip readers, as well as improvements to their POS and payment services. Feasibility is key at this stage. Is this what the market wants, and can this work within the current operations management structure of the company? Second is planning. During this phase, Shopify would look at the timing of their implementation and schedules. Further, Shopify would have to look at the budget for this undertaking and the risks that this new venture presents. This stage would also include resource planning, resulting in an impact in the operations management strategy, as Shopify has needed to create a whole new division and designated team to focus on this new physical retail sector and impacting financing on their operations. The size and scale of the project requires Shopify to break this into smaller components, and it can be assumed that Shopify is using a work breakdown structure that allows the company to break the pieces of the project into smaller bite-sized segments. For example, the company started with rolling out improvements to their POS and payment systems first, but the article was hinting at their plan to provide further retail-focused products and solutions. Next, we look at execution, monitoring, controlling. This phase is an ongoing concern for Shopify, where the company would gather feedback on their product implementations and make any changes as required, all the while monitoring the quality of its new service offerings being rolled out. Within this phase, the feedback of the inputs, process, and output transformation model will be applied to determine if adjustments need to be made, and these changes would be planned and executed. Closing. The project management cycle would come to an end once it has been established that the new service offerings meet the criteria of the scope and business case. This new suite of services is now no longer a project, but becomes integrated into the company's regular business offerings. It becomes assimilated within the operations management structure of the company. As Shopify continues to grow, the use of project management tools is essential to the future success of any new product offerings and any projects undertaken by the company. Looking to the future. In the article, Stevenson provides a number of good points demonstrating that Shopify is on a positive trajectory and be worth investing in. The recent news headlines show that Shopify has been making strong decisions to grow their company. To summarize these would include strong operations management leadership, the hiring of Ian Black as the new director of retail from his previous role at Uber Eats. His experience transitioning restaurants to e-commerce will help Shopify realize what brick-and-mortar customers want. Continued revenue growth. Well positioned to dominate the marketplace for retail solutions. Strategic approach to business development and operations. prudent testing of new ventures, and additionally the investing in an R&D center in Toronto and opening an education hub for its customers in LA. And lastly, an adaptive and creative business model. The company has been a dream stock for investors, rising over 900% in the last 3 years alone. In our opinion, Shopify presents a strong investment for the future. Their operations management strategy has them positioned well in both the offline and online retail space. This leaves them poised to ride the wave of retail and to come out on top. Shopify aims to be the first thing that merchants open in the morning and the last thing that merchants close at night. Having analyzed both the company's operation and corporate strategy, we see this as a possibility for Shopify's near future. Shopify has demonstrated its ability to adapt to changing market demands and being creative in recognizing new opportunities. By steadily adding new services, Shopify has increased the value it provides to its customers and has become a key partner to hundreds of thousands of businesses around the world. Not bad for a company started by a bunch of snowboarding enthusiasts roughly a decade ago.
On behalf of Team 3, thank you. We hope you enjoyed it.